success of the programme has been down to the passion and the enthusiasm of everybody that's been involved, and that includes universities and students and the employers. We've all wanted to support the students taking part in them securing a job in the IT industry and giving them the tools and the techniques to be able to do that. So whether it's through interview skills or building on their confidence and engaging them with employers. Brilliant. And what about Phil? Is he around as well?
Phil, I met him once, yeah.
John is a student from Glasgow Caledonian University. He signed up to be part of the programme right from the start. He was really keen to get involved. We ran a number of events at the university at the beginning of February 2013, which were employer-led. John came along to those, made a really good impression, engaged with one of the employers there, and as a result has secured some work with them. So, that's perfect for what the programme is about. So it's wonderful to see that John's done that.
I'm a student at Caledonian University where I'm studying networking and system support. I'm currently working at Ironmark hosting web company in Glasgow. I got that job through the eSkills placement just now. I heard it through an email through the university that eSkills were coming. I put my name down for it. A week later I got an email back saying that I've been registered with them. I could go along to their employer readiness programme. What I've learnt is the different recruitment process they use. For example, their assessment days, the interviewing techniques, and the kind of team building exercise as well, like you're getting together with different people that you don't know and working as a group. eSkills, they brought my confidence back. I've been to a few interviews before, and before that they were quite intimidating. I didn't know what to expect. So with the eSkills help, I was able to brush up my responses and go to an interview which was assigned to me, and I passed it with flying colours.
The point of today is for them to get as much interaction and variety of events. We've got different activities happening today. There's a Q&A panel with a real good variety of employers so that the students can just ask them the questions that they want to know. So it's quite informal but gives them the opportunity to find out really what happens in these different organisations. We've got speed networking, which is slightly frantic. So that's why we've got a number of students all having 6 or 7 minutes each with an employer, and then they rotate round. So again, that gives them some real variety of talking to different people from different groups. We've got IBM running a group exercise, so that's a wonderful thing for students to get involved in, because when they go along to an assessment centre, if they've never had that activity before, it's difficult for them to know how to react and what the employers are looking for. This is a fantastic opportunity for them to practice that and get some really good feedback so they can stand out when they do go for the real thing. Mentoring March is where an employer will mentor a student on the programme for 90 minutes. So what we've said is 3 30-minute mentoring sessions. And the take-up by employers has been great because it's such a small amount of their time and it's manageable and achievable. We've had some wonderful success stories from the mentoring.
So for you practically, if you had a look at all of your strengths, you could pick some of those out. If you then tailor your CV to give examples of when you have been organised, when you have shown your analytical skills, and then you also put in that you are a good communicator and some examples of why that's true, then really you've given them what they want.
It's nice to know that there's kind of hidden requirements that you can get hold of in terms of applying for a job.
The employers want to make sure that the graduates have the right range of skills and are ready for careers in IT. And the graduates want to make sure that they put the best applications together and they are ready to pursue those careers. So it's a win-win.
So the next thing as well is, we talked about values, is also your personality. So I'd now like you to think of 3 adjectives you would use to describe yourself.
The strapline of the project has always been what makes you stand out. So this is giving the students the tools and the techniques to be able to do that.
That's actually 2-1.
They kind of channel you, they kind of bring out the best of you and empower you to understand where you're going to go.
All the employees have got a different bit to give, really, because we're all quite different. So I think it's that practical side that's needed.
I've been able to kind of learn about myself, learn about what's expected of people joining the workforce.
The students walk away from these and they're like, oh, well, that wasn't too bad. I now know a lot more about the business.
It's a bit like proposing to somebody rather than a first date.
It starts us looking at ourselves as employers as well, and how good are we being at attracting the talent that we want, and how good are we being at helping that talent.
I think next steps with regard to this, obviously the project finishes at the end of March, but there's something about the students that have taken part being ambassadors and sharing the knowledge that they've learned onto their peers and the students that are perhaps below them at university. And it's really highlighted a need for these sorts of activities and projects to continue. There's just so much support out there from employers for the students, and it's about being a catalyst to engage the students with the employers.